Hello, everyone! I'm Krooked, and this is Unscripted, the series where I take a completely unscripted look at games and give them a 1 through 10 rating. This is Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden. Butoden, I believe, for the Super Nintendo. I found one that apparently had an English patch. This looks not English, but, you know. We'll still go ahead and see. We'll go history. So this game is actually a game that I played a long time ago. The very first time I ever had an emulator, like ever, I ended up finding a Dragon Ball Z game, because Dragon Ball Z games were part of the reason I wanted an emulator in the first place. And out of that, I got this. And there's a few other games besides the Super Butoden games, but they're fun. They're, you know, just fighting games. So I thought it'd be fun to take a look at something a little bit outside of what we normally do because, well, we had a lot of Star Wars. And so I just want to point out with this translation, it's saying that Piccolo is Satan, which, no? Let's see if I can remember how to do things. The super attacks in this are kind of strange. I was able to do, like, key blasts, and you can obviously fly. It looks like Dragon Ball Z, which is dope. Oh, it's English! Okay, well, that's good. I'll always defeat you! Okay, yeah. So, I think this is the story mode of the game. 5 years after Piccolo's defeat and the championship win, the Saiyans are on Earth. Goku and Piccolo allied to fight the super strong Raditz. I'm gonna go with Goku. Oh no, that is Vegeta. Okay. The Prince of all Saiyans. So, these games unfortunately never came to the US. So if you do want to play them in the US, you have to emulate them, which kind of sucks because emulation isn't the easiest thing to do. However, I would argue if there's any game you want to emulate, it's the Dragon Ball Z games, because they're usually really fun. Playing Super Butoden nowadays, it feels really slow. I know that the later games don't feel like this, but this feels really slow, and I'm trying to figure out how to do something besides just my normal key attack, and so far that's all I'm able to pull off. I can't find any sort of a option to view controls. I'm clearly getting bodied by Vegeta. And so far, you know, there's 3 attack buttons, which is B, Y, and A. And then, and X allows me to go between the top and bottom, so you can kind of fly. I can't think of any way that I could possibly, like, Kamehameha or do whatever a Vegeta's doing here. Okay. What? What? So that didn't make any sense, because he was up in the top and I was not. So that was weird. What a pathetic warrior! So from here, is it gonna let me continue? Okay, so now that Goku's dead, I get to play as Piccolo, who was dead at this point. He didn't actually fight with this, so story-wise, I mean, this is just bad. Gameplay-wise, this one has definitely aged. My favorite ones that I remember, they play a lot more like Street Fighter. They're a lot quicker, and they're just really, really fun. This one you can rush with, like, R and L, and it's pretty basic attacks. It feels really slow. It doesn't feel like the most fun thing. Okay, so I'm about to get a Big Bang attack to the face. Oh, Final Flash. Okay. Vegeta didn't have that attack in this era, so I kind of understand, but at the same time, it's just really bad timing, because this is supposed to be, you know, the actual series. This is rough. The controls are really rough. The translation is also kind of rough. It's not an official translation, so I can't really mark it down for that. They tried. Oh no! I didn't want to continue. I wanted to see what else there was. So, in terms of, like, actually playing it, this game is really, really rough. Vegeta had no issues taking me down. And it's because he basically uses an attack, and I don't know how to defend against it. I basically am just at the mercy of it, and it's because the game doesn't do anything to try to make it known. I can't look at my attacks. I can't see what powers and abilities I have. I have no frame of reference for what my character is able to do. Vegeta clearly has more health than I do, which made sense as he was a stronger warrior at this point. But now he's doing an attack, and I don't know how to do anything against it. I tried to block, but it still took, like, most of my health. And even button mashing, the most that I've been able to do is kind of the same thing. It's not very user-friendly. It has Dragon Ball characters, and they look good, and it has some voice acting, which sounds great. The problem is, nothing else about this game is good. It looks good, it sounds good, and it plays like trash. In terms of a score, if you really like Dragon Ball and you want to look into all the moves and how to do them and everything, it might be worth playing this game. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to get enjoyment out of this, no matter who you are, even if you are a Dragon Ball fan. So, for Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden, I think the only score I can really give it is a 3 out of 10. And a what a pathetic warrior, because that's kind of where it's at. Especially because I'm still laughing at Piccolo being called Satan. What do they call Hercule, since he's Mr. Satan? So, there's going to be other Dragon Ball games. They're going to be good. So far, for Dragon Ball games, we're batting 2 for terrible, but there will be good ones, I promise. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button so that way you never miss an episode. And if you want to support the channel a bit further, you can always check out my Patreon. The link's in the description down below. And other than that, thank you for watching Unscripted, and I will see you next time. Bye!